We call it the Manor. Been around there about 20 odd years. I moved from another area. We was living in like homeless hostels. That was in another city. And then from there, we all kind of moved to where we knew more people. Where we knew more people there. That's where the friends were. So that's the reasons for moving there. Well, I was actually with my brother at the time. It had a reputation of being a rough neighbourhood, a rough manor. I think that kind of appealed to us in a way. We already knew a few people there, so we sort of had a head start. Obviously, the people we knew there were already criminals. I know them through my brothers, through my family. That's how I got to know them. I looked up to people like that because of what they did. I was only young and when I left home, really naive. But I looked up to these sort of people, the drug dealers. You know, mainly drug dealers for me. That was my thing. Wads of cash, mobile phones, nice clothes on, gold round the neck and all this, and it was intriguing. So when they finally moved around the manor, that was kind of like, that was where I wanted to go. I wanted to be a drug dealer. Just watching everybody else and everything, you know, that was where I wanted to go. So it kind of escalated from there, really, and with the people we knew, you obviously get to know more and more people as time goes on. And eventually I was plodding along and I made up my own little business, selling drugs, cannabis and such things. And that's where my life went from there on. And that was mainly down to like peer pressure, but that was what I wanted to do, you know. So that's what I went and did. It took me years to plod along selling cannabis for a while. I built up a good business, and I was probably doing that for about a good 10, maybe 15 years on and off. So it was, you know, but that was, I've not really done a lot of crime of any other things. I've done petty crime. Where you've done petty crime, allowing to be carried, carrying a lock knife once, theft, just petty things like that, like what I would call petty things like that. And it was only when we got in with all our friends, the circle of friends that we had round there, that actually I started doing the drug dealing, because the petty theft and all that wasn't working. And you know, things just went on from there. And from the drug dealing, I got jail twice for that. First was 12 months, the second was 18 months. But also, over the years as well with the drug dealing, I started out just smoking a bit of weed, selling a bit of weed, and it's escalated from there. A bit later on, you're mingling with more and more people as your business is getting bigger. Then you get more and more people asking you for different things, like, can you get us some cocaine? Can you get us some whiz, some acid? Me thinking like a drug dealer, yeah, of course I can get you these things. So my business went up and up and up. Therefore, the risk factor went up and up and up. Eventually I got caught doing that, but it wasn't enough to deter me. I had every intention of coming straight back out of jail to do it again, and which is what I did. And then another year or so down the line, I got caught again, went to jail again, and then I came out of jail and exactly the same thing happened again. Straight back out of jail, straight back into the same slot, same people around me, the same drugs, and it was just normal, I don't know, just to go back into doing something like that, I suppose. It's all I knew, really. So, and then it was probably, I'd say about 10 years ago or so, or no, probably longer than that actually. God, I'm losing track of time here. About 15 years ago, that was when I started on the heroin, and the hard drugs came along. And then, but I was taking heroin for a while whilst I was drug dealing, and you get, when you start on that stuff, the heroin and that, you get sloppy, you're not thinking straight, you're not yourself. I got caught again, went to jail, come out, started straight back onto the heroin, because by that time you're already in that circle of people. So it was the heroin, and then I was on the heroin for a while, and then when I came out of jail for the last time, there was crack cocaine on the scene by then. Things took a turn for the worse. It just took a dive from there on. My business suffered, everything went out the window. Basically, I smoked it away on a crack pipe, and yeah, just things just got worse. Smoked all my business away, had nothing left. And then you end up doing really out of character, horrible things like selling the kids' toys, selling the TV, selling the settee, selling the fridge freezer and things just for crack. By that time, business had gone. I got no money. But then I started, because I was like desperate, needing the drugs with nothing and no money, business down the pan. You start. I was approached by other drug dealers. Do you want to come and drug deal for me? Yeah, no problem. So you go and start selling heroin and crack and that on the street, and that went on for a while. But then, because you're on drugs, you end up smoking everyone's drugs. You smoke out. They give you some drugs to go and sell. You're probably rattling, not feeling too good, like, or needing a bit of crack. So you smoke it, and because it's really moreish and very addictive, you smoke more, you go behind, you end up getting in debt with your drug dealer, and then you've got drug dealers after you. It spirals out of control from there on.